So today's book is called Goldy and the Three Pandas by Natasha Kim and illustrated by Grace Song. When Goldilocks was born, her mother said, "Year of the golden dragon, very lucky year. This child will have good luck." "She has a face as round as a gold coin," said her father. "This child will bring great wealth." But Goldy had neither great wealth nor great luck. In fact, she could never seem to keep money in her piggy bank, and she had a bad habit of breaking things. One Chinese New Year, Goldy's mother woke her up and sent her to wish their neighbors Kung Hei Fat Joy. "But Mama, I'm still sleepy and I'm so hungry." "It'll only take a minute," her mother said. "Mr. and Mrs. Chan would enjoy a visit from you. Take these turnip cakes to share with little Chan." "He never shares stuff with me," muttered Goldy. "It's the new year," her mother warned. "Wash away old arguments and be nice, or you'll have bad luck." Not more bad luck. Last year, she lost the red envelope her grandmother had given her, and her best friend moved away. So Goldy walked next door to the Chan's apartment. She knocked on the door. No answer. She knocked again. Still no answer. Goldy gave the door a little push. It swung open and she tumbled in, dropping the plate. Turnip cakes catapulted all over the floor. "Oh no," Goldy cried. "A whole plate of turnip cakes ruined. That was bad luck for sure." She wandered into the kitchen to find a broom. On the table were 3 steaming bowls of congee, a ceramic bowl, a wooden bowl, and a plastic bowl. Her tummy grumbled. Surely nobody would mind if she had one little bite of rice porridge. She sampled the congee from the ceramic bowl. Ugh, too watery. She tasted the congee from the wooden bowl. Yuck, too thick and clumpy. Then she slurped some congee from the plastic bowl. Just right. Before she knew it, she had eaten it all up. All that congee made Goldy even sleepier than she already was. Maybe she could just rest a bit and wait for the chance. She walked into the living room and saw 3 chairs. She plunked down on Mr. Chan's massage chair. Something hard steamrolled up and down her back. "Ouch!" she cried, springing to her feet. "Too rough." Next, she plopped into Mrs. Chan's armchair and disappeared into the fluffy pillows. She felt like stuffing in a pork bun. "Ugh," she mumbled, "too soft." Then she squeezed herself into little Chan's rocking chair. "Whee!" she shouted as she rocked back and forth. But she pushed too hard and the chair somersaulted. It hit the floor with a splintering crash. "Oh no!" Goldy exclaimed. 7 years bad luck. Or was that a mirror? In either case, she was still so sleepy. She ambled into the bedroom to find a place to lie down. Just for a few minutes, she reasoned. She climbed into a king-size bed. The mattress felt as hard as a week-old almond cookie. Ah, too uncomfortable. Next, she flopped onto a queen-size bed. The electric bed began to fold her up like a dumpling. "Yikes, too scary," she cried. Then she leaped off and settled down onto little Chan's futon. "Ah, just right," she sighed, and she fell fast asleep. The Chans finally returned home. "Who dropped these turnip cakes all over the floor?" exclaimed Mr. Chan. "And didn't clean them up," added Mrs. Chan. "A whole plate of turnip cakes ruined," groaned little Chan. They headed into the kitchen. "Hey, who's been eating my congee?" demanded Mr. Chan. "And who's been eating my congee?" cried Mrs. Chan. Little Chan wailed. "I don't have any congee. Someone's eaten mine all up." Mr. Chan heard a humming in the living room. He went to investigate. "Someone turned on my massage chair," he bellowed. "And someone's rumbled the cushions on my armchair," yelled Mrs. Chan. "I don't even have a chair," shouted little Chan. "It's been smashed to pieces." When the three little Chans looked into the bedroom, Mr. Chan hollered, "Someone's been sleeping in my bed." "And someone's been sleeping in my bed," squealed Mrs. Chan. "Look," said little Chan, "it's Goldilocks sleeping on my futon." Goldy jerked awake. Who could sleep with all that yelling going on? "Mr. Chan, Mrs. Chan," she cried, "I didn't mean to fall asleep." In a fluster, she jumped out of bed and dashed home. Her mother had set out congee for her breakfast. Goldy was just about to take a bite when she thought of little Chan, who didn't have any more rice porridge in his bowl. "I'm not really that hungry," she said to her mother. She went to read a book in her rocking chair. As she rocked back and forth, she thought of little Chan, who didn't have a chair to sit in anymore. "I'm still sleepy. I think I'll go to bed." Goldy climbed into her nicely made bed. She thought of the pillows and blankets she had strewn about the Chan's bedroom. Goldy jumped up and ran back to the kitchen. She grabbed her bowl of congee and rushed back to the Chan's apartment. "I didn't mean to break little Chan's rocking chair," she said to Mr. Chan. "I'll help you glue it back together." "I'll fix the blankets I messed up," she said to Mrs. Chan, "and make the beds." Goldy handed her bowl of congee to little Chan. "I'm sorry I ate all your rice porridge," she said, "and dropped all those turnip cakes." "That's okay," Goldy said, little Chan shyly. "We were just about to make some more. Would you like to help?" So Goldy and little Chan chopped, stirred, and steamed lots and lots of turnip cakes. Then they fried them up nice and crunchy for the New Year's feast. Mrs. Chan handed Goldy a red envelope. "Kung hei fat choy, Goldy," she said. "May the new year bring you great wealth and good luck." "Thank you," Goldy said, "but I think I've found some good luck already." She smiled at little Chan, and the two friends sat down together to eat a whole plate of turnip cakes. So in the back of the book, there's a section on the Chinese zodiac, so you can figure out which year is your zodiac sign. And there's a recipe for turnip cakes in the back as well. So today we are going to make a cracker to celebrate New Year's. So you could make one of these for a New Year's or a birthday or whatever occasion you want. So I started with a paper towel tube and I cut it into 3 sections. So the sections don't have to be exactly the same, but basically it just helps in rolling it. So I have a strip of tissue, and I just used 1 piece of tissue because I found if you used more that the paper didn't rip as well. So lay my tissue down, set up my paper towel tube with the largest section in the middle and the 2 smaller sections at the end, and just gently roll it so you don't rip your tissue paper. So I just tighten up the tissue and roll the 3 sections all together. And then use another piece of tape to fasten it. You don't need a lot of tape because you're just going to rip it apart anyways. So now I'll slip out one of the end sections. They're really there just to help you roll it and have a nice neat end on it. So now I'll scrunch this end and tie it with a piece of ribbon or string. So you can tie bows or knots, whatever you know how to tie. So that would be the bottom section. Now it's all tied at the bottom. You can fill your Christmas surprise cracker up with goodies and treats. So I have a piece of bubble gum, a small toy, a whistle, and then I have a selection of little pieces of confetti you can put in there. So you can fill it right up if you want. So now that you have your stuff in there, you slip your other end out. And take your other piece of ribbon and tie off the other end. So now you have your Christmas cracker. And I've done another one in some different paper. You could do it for a birthday party, or you can do them in colors for your celebration. So then you can either by yourself or with a friend pull apart your Christmas cracker, and Happy New Year!